Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. I'm Oji Akbe.
Good morning. Welcome back. I'm Veronica Deca.
And I'm Tundra Biola.
The Oscars is a day away. The red carpet has been rolled out and goodie bags prepared. But exactly what can we expect on Hollywood's biggest night? Arise correspondents Biola Alabi and Labo Daniels join us now live from LA. Hello, ladies.
Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Hi.
It's midnight in LA now. I know we're going to get to the Oscar questions in a bit, but I just want to ask, did you bump into any Hollywood celebrities on your way to the studio? Share with us.
Of course, they've been looking for us. They've been coming to meet with us. Not quite yet, but there's been a lot of characters on Hollywood Boulevard that we've seen. We saw some snake charmers today.
Yes.
We also, there's a lot of superheroes, and I'm sure tomorrow we'll be seeing a lot of celebrities.
That's exciting.
That's right.
Hi, guys. You guys seem like you're having so much fun. And, how has the atmosphere been for you guys?
We are.
Yeah? Tell us real quick, how's the atmosphere there?
The weather's cold.
Yeah. All right, let's go into the nominations real quick. There are about 24 categories for the 91st Academy Awards, correct?
Yes, there are.
Yeah, so this morning we'll focus on predictions for the Big Four. Let's start with Best Picture. Who are the awards experts right here? What are they saying?
So one of the things about predictions is I think a lot of times people just sort of randomly think that they can predict because they've seen the films. But actually, we were reading about applied mathematician who's a Harvard applied mathematician who has done this year after year and has an almost perfect record of predicting the Oscars. And what he uses is he uses data from like all the different award ceremonies that happen before the award show. So the Golden Globe, the BAFTAs, and the SAGs. And so that's sort of goes into this algorithm that he develops. And so we're going to go through a little bit of like what he's predicted and then our own predictions and some of the things that might surprise us on that night. But I think tomorrow night is going to probably go as planned. I mean, to start out with, one of the things we were talking about earlier before we joined you was the Best Actress category, which has Glenn Close, which has Lady Gaga, which has Melissa McCarthy, who is in Can You Ever Forgive Me? And what really surprised me is I saw this film. I think it's a brilliant film. I think it's actually one of Melissa McCarthy's best performances, hands down. But it has not gotten any buzz. And I know this category is hard because it has the star of The Favorite who also won the BAFTA. But the prediction is that Glenn Close has taken this home.
And I'm with that.
You're with it.
Yes,
you're with that. Because you saw The Wife.
Yes, I did.
You saw The Wife.
I did. And it was such a strong and powerful character. I mean, she's so strong and yet so subtle. Like, I could see myself in her. So it's a bit personal, yeah. So I'm definitely with Glenn on that one.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm happy for her. She's finally getting a nomination.
Yes.
So good for her.
Yes. Well, they've said that she's one of the most nominated stars out there. So she's been nominated seven times for an Oscar.
Wow.
And I think that when you look at her age, when you look at the fact that she won the Golden Globes, I think that this is really hers to take home. So I guess people like Melissa McCarthy, Lady Gaga have to come back another year. This is not going to be their year, unfortunately for them.
I'm rooting for Glenn
What do you guys?
Close.
Do you guys have any favorites in that category?
Yeah, I'm rooting for Glenn Close. She was robbed for Dangerous Liaisons. She deserves it.
Yeah. I know we've talked about Best Actress. You guys have shared your views. I want to talk about the Best Director. This is really important. It's an important role. Does Spike Lee stand any chance of winning? Because Klansman has been proclaimed amazing. It's actually up for, I think, six categories. Best Picture.
Yeah.
He is up for Best Director. This will be his first time winning if he does. It is Black History Month, so it will be even bigger. What do you think, and what do you say about this? How about that? Does he actually stand a chance of winning, ladies?
So I would say does he stand a chance of winning? I think that for Spike Lee, he's the Oscars doesn't validate him. So I think he's
yes,
more than the Oscars.
yes,
It would be nice if he finally wins, being the first African American to actually win it. But I do not think that it actually validates him. He's been given a honorary award, which was good in 2015.
Yes.
And then it would be nice if he wins, make history. That'll be one history-making category. But I think he's way beyond the Oscars for validation.
Yeah. I mean, I think Black Klansman continues to be topical. It continues to be very. I mean, it's part of the zeitgeist right now. Everywhere you go. I mean, I think 2 of the Uber drivers that I was in today had a conversation about Black Klansman. He is not predicted to win Best Director. This is actually the prediction from our Harvard applied science mathematician is saying that it is going to be Alfonso Cuarón, which is Roma, and Roma continues just to lead. And I think that also one of the things that people forget is that there's a huge campaign to push these nominations and these films once they're nominated. And I think Netflix decided to go all out for Roma. And people are saying that Netflix probably spent another millions and millions over, people are saying 100 million, but I'm guessing it's not that much, but it's an exaggeration. But they've spent millions and millions of dollars promoting Roma. And if you walk down any street, there is a Roma billboard congratulating Roma on all these, on all the nominations. So I actually think that Roma is probably going to be one of the runaways.
Especially for
Sunday
Best
night.
Picture.
For Best Picture. So it's being predicted for Best Picture. It is also being predicted for Best Director. And it is also still a contender in the foreign films category. And so if it wins Best Picture, it will be the first foreign film to win Best Picture. And it might also win Best Foreign Film. So it is going to be Alfonso's night, most likely. And that's also because he wrote, he directed, and he actually shot a lot of the scenes of this film and edited the film, which normally some of the guilds wouldn't allow you to do, but he seems to have gotten away with it. That's a lot of credits, and I think it's because it's a foreign film.
Netflix ran the kind of campaign that Harvey Weinstein's Miramax used to in Happier Days for Harvey Weinstein.
Yes.
Let's move on to Best Actor. Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, Willem Dafoe, Rami Malek, or Viggo Mortensen. Who's your money on?
So my money would be on Christian Bale, but actually the prediction is saying Rami Malek. And I think that once again, the academies tend to award, it's basically between the two of them. And that's just because the academy tends to award people that have these transformational experiences.
Yes.
And I think that with both characters, if you see Vice or if you saw Bohemian Rhapsody, you really didn't see these guys, these characters that they were representing really came out. I mean, you felt like you were watching Freddie Mercury.
Yes, I agree.
And I think that for better or for worse, you did feel like you were watching the former vice president of the United States. What's his name? Help me out here. Anyway,
Cheney,
you guys know who
Dick
we're talking
Cheney.
about in Vice. And I think that Cheney, thank you.
That's it.
Thank you, Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
I was like, how did that just leave my brain? You did feel like you were watching Dick Cheney. And I think Christian Bale has continued to be that kind of actor. And I don't really think I've ever seen him in anything where he hasn't fully transformed and become something else. So I think this is going to be Rami Malek's.
I think it'll be Rami as well. I think the impersonation was very powerful. The passion, I'm passionate about his music, passionate about love, passionate about everything. It was so strong and it was so powerful.
Yeah. But I wanted to mention something about this category, the fact that Bradley Cooper is probably going to go home empty-handed for the night. He came, A Star is Born really came in with so much fanfare before it hit the box office. And this film has just been a little bit of a disappointment for Bradley Cooper, and actually for people that were predicting that this would be his year. This has turned out to not be so much his year, but I do think that they'll probably get something for an original song, and they actually are performing. Queen is also going to be performing live, so you guys should tune in to watch that.
Fantastic. Okay, let's move over to the Best Actress category. They're very strong characters here. We have Lady Gaga. We also have Melissa McCartney, Olivia as well, Olivia Colman. So tell us, who are you voting for? Who are you rooting for on this one? Who do you think is going to take on this one?
I mean, just like we said earlier, but she's everybody's money in Hollywood is on Glenn Close, and I mean this is home turf, so she's definitely gonna take it. So, and she took the Golden Globe, so like we said earlier, this is Glenn Close, and I think Tundu is also rooting for her. So
Big
we're
time.
all on Glenn Close's side.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, we know it's late, or I should say early morning there, and we want to thank you for your analysis on the predictions for the Big Four Academy Awards. We will be watching, and thank you for now. Get some much-needed rest so you're fresh to continue your time in LA. Thank you. It's time now for a short break. When we return, Arise News, we'll be taking the papers or continue the conversation with our guests in Abuja. Stay tuned.